for those of you following along on my mom's shoulder injury journey, I have an update. In case you've missed the other videos, my mom had a shoulder injury that came to light about 3-ish weeks ago. At the same time, she was experiencing severe body aches. The body aches were a reaction to her cholesterol medication. They have subsided, but the shoulder pain had not. Took her to the ER because there was not an appointment for like 2 weeks from that point. They did an x-ray, even though they knew an x-ray would not help, but her insurance would not cover an MRI unless she was admitted to the ER. The x-ray just showed arthritis, which we knew she had in her neck, so it makes sense it's gone into the shoulder. They gave her a muscle relaxer and some ibuprofen and said, you're going to need an MRI and your insurance says it needs to be with your primary. Primary gave a referral for an MRI and an orthopedic surgeon. She had the MRI on Labor Day. We found a place that had a half day. They did the MRI. Then on this past Thursday, did a telehealth visit with the medical assistant of the orthopedic surgeon's office. And the MRI still had not come in. So, based on symptoms and how it moves, when it hurts, how she moves it and things like that, she was thinking arthritis or tendonitis. But the MRI would give the definitive answer. And we had to wait. And she said, as soon as I get the results, I'm giving you a call. She kept her word and she called us yesterday on Friday. She answered the phone with, I have good news. It's not going to need surgery. It's not a tear or anything. And I was so relieved to hear that because we were very, very worried it would need surgery and rehab, and that was scary to think of with her MS because they're going to focus on the rehab of her shoulder, and she could potentially lose any progress we have made after this last decade with her MS, with like strength and everything. So it's tendonitis, and the arthritis is very inflamed. So it's just going to take time. She's offered a cortisone shot for some temporary immediate pain relief. She said possibly physical therapy could work. I'm going to discuss that more with her via email. Or I would ask, is there anything I can do at home exercise-wise with her? And to still do the prescription strength ibuprofen, but would like to wean her off the muscle relaxer at night. And that's it. So it is the best possible diagnosis for what the situation is. I hate seeing my mom in pain, and I wish I can snap my fingers and it goes away and it's taken care of, but it's just going to take time. Everyone's immediate reaction was, did she have a fall or was it a car accident? And it's neither. And what I think it is, she has a lot of repetitive motions that were put in place over time to help her do things. So she heavily uses her right side to help move herself in bed. While she's a lefty, she uses her right side a lot. Go figure. So this is the shoulder that gets the workout as she's positioning herself in bed on either side of helping her. That is the arm she uses to reach for her bucket that has her personal care items when she is on her bedside commode. That is the arm that is reaching down to press the button for her electric recliner, like to put it up and down. And that's the arm she uses to take things off of her side table when she's in her recliner. So I have a feeling all of these motions over and over again, since at least we've lived in this house for 4 years, has taken its toll, plus the arthritis now moving into the shoulder. So for what it could have been, I'm relieved. But I do want to get her feeling better. And she agreed, because I always say sometimes we have to do things that help our brain to make us feel better. And luckily, she's really good at still doing things. I mean, another person would just lie in bed, and she's still getting up and coming out and participating in our couch reading homeschool and participating with the kids and coming to the table to eat. You know, she could totally just stay in bed, and she's not. So I'm proud of her for that, and I'm grateful for that. So she's gonna try going back to the dining table to play cards with my kids or do puzzles, and not overdoing it by any means. She's back to doing like her crossword books in the chair. We just have a pillow under her arm, you know, helping her more, and that's perfectly fine. So yeah. But if you've ever had tendinitis in this region, like it's like a horseshoe effect here, what was done for it? I know things are going to be different. She is 73, arthritic, and has MS, so the range of options are limited. But I am curious, if you've had tendinitis, how was it managed and improved? So that's the story. Thank you all for your well wishes and everything. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.